Hello and welcome to part 27 of this puzzle run on chess.com, where you can solve these puzzles along with me. Just remember to pause the video if you need more time. So it looks like white just moved his king up here to d4, and we have the black pieces. So what can we do here? Looks like our main advantage is having this queen here. All right, so what is a good option here? And it looks like there's a mate threat by white here with rook to e8 because the knight is cutting off escape squares. But pause the video if you need more time. But I think the best move would be just to capture the rook by queen to f6, forking the king and the rook. Okay, and then if the king moves here, we can capture. He'll capture this pawn. All right. Now we could take a look and see if there's anything better. I don't know. That looks like the best move. Unless there's some kind of mating threat. Let's see. We could move our queen here to c4. I just want to check and make sure there's not a better move than that fork. So queen to c4. If the king moves here, what do we do? What do we do? He can just move down and protect this. So that's probably the best move. We have a queen check up here on d1. If he moves over, this is probably the best move. Nope, apparently not. All right, well, let's retry. What did we miss here? What did we miss? So maybe they want this. Queen to c4 check. If he moves down here, then what do we do? Check him again. If he tries to move this king, down to protect his rook, then what do we do? We move here with check, and he would have to move away from his rook. And then we could move here. Okay. Looks like we keep that pawn. All right, so now we go here and allows us to do this and pick off the rook. So that let us keep this extra pawn over here. All right, that was a little tricky, but it made sense because the other option, we would have given up this pawn. He would have more counterplay. All right, I hope you found that one. Let's move on to the next one here. Okay. Oh, we just had a bishop capture. So what does white have? Well, it looks like white has a mating opportunity. Wait, before I move too quickly. If I go there, I'll threaten a mate. Then we can swing over to here and threaten the mate. Okay, so that looks like... but then he could move... Let's see, this pawn. I don't know about that. All right, so here's what I'm thinking. The queen moves to h6, and threatens a mate here. But then, this pawn could move, and the bishop would protect. Or this rook could move here and protect. And then if we move here with the rook threatening a mate on h7, Well, then this pawn could move and the bishop would protect h7. So how do we find a way to move? Well, or if we move queen to h7 immediately, let's see, queen to h7 immediately, then, what if he just pushes this pawn? He can't do that because we have a threat on g7. So queen to h7, the rook has to go here. Okay, then we can threaten again on h7 with the rook. Or, no, then we can just capture, sacrifice the queen and swing the rook over. Okay. Yeah, now here we can just sacrifice our queen and mate with the rook. So a little interesting mating pattern here. So that, and then mate. Okay. So that was an interesting little tactic. All right, I hope you found that, and let's move on to another one here. Okay. Oh, the rook has just moved here, threatening to capture, but let's see. The mate threat is brewing here with rook to a1. Well, that's interesting. If this rook was here, did he just capture a piece? Because you would think he would have just gone there because the knight is pinned. All right, anyway, what does white have here? White needs to do something immediately. All right, what can white do? Well, we have a skewer here where rook to f6, the king would have to move out of the way, and we take this rook. So that's possible. Okay. But the problem could be if we move here, what if the king goes there? If we take that, the king could take this, and then we're just kind of behind in material there. So what if we start checking? So check here. The king, if the king moves here, we could check again, and he would be able to move there. We could check with a bishop, possibly. All right, this is getting hard to see. So, rook to g6 check. The king has to move. If the king moves here, then what do we do? Check here. Possibly. And then the king, well, the king could run. No, the king would have to run forward. And then we could check with a pawn. All right. It looks like a rook to g6 move maybe, but this is hard to see. Rook to g6 check. The king can only move to e5 or c5. So let's say he goes to e5. Oh, no, actually, he could just move to e6 as well. No, never mind. He can't do that because of this rook. All right, rook to g6. And then king to e5. Now a check. Or, let's see, if we check him there. All right, he could move here. And then, all right, I don't know. I'm going to go for this. All right, so there. And now how do we follow it up? Do we mate him right here? No, this pawn or this bishop, he can capture that. So do we just check him there? He would have to move down to here. All right, let's think about that. Well, we check him. He has to go to f4. And how do we keep the pressure on? We could check with a pawn, capture, check again. All right, I think that works. So there. Now the pawn move. All right, so now we can just capture that queen. But then he can capture this. Okay, but we can recapture. Oh, but we have to watch out because, no, that doesn't work. Okay. All right, we just come out ahead in material. That was a little tricky as well. Let's see, what was that puzzle rating? 2437. All right, I hope you found that. We'll move on to the next one here. Let's see, knight to g5. Okay, knight to g5. And what is the threat? We have a mate threat by queen capturing on h7 with mate here, protected by this knight. All right, so we could block that. But do we have a counterattack? Let's see. Pawn to d3, attacking that queen. And that would allow our queen to capture here with check, but the king can move into the corner. All right. To the corner. Okay, I think this works. So pawn to d3. If the queen captures, we can capture up here with check. The king will have to move into the corner. Then we could check again by capturing this rook. And then if the rook captures, well, then our knight can fork the king and the queen. All right, okay, we got that one. I hope you got that as well. All right, so on to the next one here. Okay, pawn push to f4. What does that do? It releases, it unleashes a discovered attack on our queen by his queen. Okay. How do we take advantage of that? Well, looks like we have the option to just check here with our queen. And that may be the best move. Check. If the king runs to here, we just have a mate on f2. If the king moves here, we have a check. And then if there's a block, though, I don't know, the queen could block, so maybe... Let's see. Oh, well then we could just attack again with our queen from here. All right. So we just attack again, and now we have a mate up here. All right. Well, I hope you found that one. Let's see. What are we at here? I think before this video goes too long, I'll stop there because I'm probably going to try and play a game for another video. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed these little tactical problems and you're able to solve those in this puzzle run. All right, if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and feel free to leave comments or suggestions. Thank you and have a great day.